The relevance of Stoic self-discipline in Stoicism, an ancient Greek and Roman philosophy, has captivated minds for over 2 millennia. Originating in the early 3rd century BCE, Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium and developed further by philosophers like Cleanthes and Chrysippus. However, it was in the Roman Empire that Stoicism reached its zenith, particularly through the writings of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism emphasizes personal virtue and wisdom, teaching that we should focus on what we can control and remain indifferent to what we cannot. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD, is one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers. His work, Meditations, a series of personal writings, offers profound insights into self-discipline, ethics, and the nature of existence. Unlike many philosophical texts, Meditations was not intended for publication. It was a private journal where Aurelius reflected on his thoughts and struggles. This gives the work an authentic and intimate perspective, providing timeless guidance on leading a disciplined and virtuous life. Modern relevance of Stoicism. In our contemporary world, characterized by rapid technological advancements, constant distractions, and an overwhelming array of choices, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. The core tenet of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, resonates strongly in an age where external circumstances often feel uncontrollable. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate resilience, maintain inner peace, and pursue a life of purpose and integrity, despite the chaos around us. As we explore the principles of self-discipline through the lens of Marcus Aurelius's teachings, we'll discover practical ways to integrate these timeless philosophies into our daily lives. From discovering one's purpose to daily reflection, each principle provides a pathway to greater self-mastery and fulfillment. 1. Discovering your purpose. The importance of purpose in Stoic philosophy, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, "People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse toward are wasting their time, even when hard at work." This statement encapsulates the Stoic belief in the necessity of a guiding purpose. For Stoics, living a virtuous life is the highest good, and virtue itself is derived from living in accordance with nature and reason. The concept of purpose in Stoicism is closely tied to the idea of the duty of the individual. According to Stoic philosophy, each person has a specific role to play in the larger context of the universe. This role is determined by our unique abilities, circumstances, and relationships. Recognizing and fulfilling this role, or artelos, is crucial for achieving eudaimonia, a state of flourishing or happiness. Historically, many Stoics found their purpose through public service, philosophy, or teaching. Marcus Aurelius, as an emperor, saw his purpose in serving the Roman Empire and its people. Despite his immense power, he continually reminded himself of his duty to be just, humble, and wise. His meditations often reflect on the transient nature of power and life, urging himself to focus on what truly matters: living virtuously. Epictetus, a former slave who became a prominent Stoic philosopher, found his purpose in teaching and spreading Stoic philosophy. His life story illustrates the Stoic belief that external circumstances do not define one's ability to live a virtuous life. Despite being born into slavery and facing numerous hardships, Epictetus devoted his life to philosophical inquiry and teaching, leaving a lasting legacy. In today's world, discovering one's purpose can be challenging due to the multitude of distractions and societal pressures. However, the Stoic approach provides a framework for this quest. Begin by reflecting on your strengths, values, and passions. What activities make you feel fulfilled and aligned with your values? What skills do you naturally excel at, and how can they be used to contribute to the greater good? For example, someone with a passion for teaching and a talent for communication might find purpose in education. Another person, with a knack for organization and a love for helping others, might find fulfillment in project management or community service. The key is to identify a role that aligns with your innate abilities and serves a meaningful purpose. Reflective exercises and daily practice. To integrate the Stoic principle of purpose into daily life, consider incorporating reflective exercises. Journaling is a powerful tool for this purpose. Each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your actions and decisions. Ask yourself, did my actions align with my purpose? Did I contribute positively to my community or environment? How can I improve? Another practical exercise is to set long-term and short-term goals that align with your purpose. Break down these goals into actionable steps and regularly review your progress. This practice not only helps in staying focused on your purpose, but also cultivates a sense of accomplishment and motivation. 2. Relying on yourself. Self-reliance in Stoic thought. Self-reliance is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius frequently emphasized the importance of focusing on one's own thoughts and actions rather than being swayed by external influences. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This highlights the Stoic belief that our internal state, rather than external circumstances, determines our well-being. In Stoicism, self-reliance is closely linked with the concept of the inner citadel, a metaphor for the mind's fortress of rationality and virtue. This inner citadel is invulnerable to external forces, loss, criticism, or praise. By cultivating a strong inner citadel, individuals can maintain their tranquility and integrity, regardless of external circumstances. The idea of self-reliance can be traced back to earlier Stoic thinkers like Epictetus, who taught that we should concern ourselves only with what is within our control. Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This Stoic principle teaches that our reactions, attitudes, and choices are within our control, while external events are not. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, also emphasized self-reliance. In his letters, he advised cultivating independence from material wealth and societal approval. For Seneca, true wealth was found in self-sufficiency and the cultivation of virtue. He argued that by relying on oneself and one's internal resources, a person can achieve a state of inner peace and contentment. In modern life, self-reliance can be practiced in various ways. It begins with cultivating a mindset of personal accountability. Recognize that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are within your control. When faced with challenges, focus on what you can do rather than what others can do for you. One practical exercise is to practice making decisions independently. This doesn't mean ignoring advice or input from others, but rather taking full responsibility for the final decision. For instance, if you're considering a career change, seek advice from mentors and do thorough research, but ultimately, make the decision based on your values and goals. Another aspect of self-reliance is emotional independence. This involves not letting others' opinions or actions dictate your emotional state. For example, if someone criticizes you, rather than reacting defensively or feeling hurt, reflect on whether the criticism has merit and how you can use it constructively. By doing so, you maintain control over your emotional well-being. To strengthen self-reliance, consider incorporating mindfulness and meditation practices into your daily routine. Mindfulness helps in becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them. By observing your internal state, you can better understand your reactions and make more deliberate choices. Journaling can also be a valuable tool. At the end of each day, reflect on moments where you exercised self-reliance. Consider situations where you made independent decisions or maintained emotional control. Reflect on areas where you could improve and set intentions for the next day. Chapter 3. The Power of Persistence, the Stoic Virtue of Persistence. Persistence, or steadfastness, is a key Stoic virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Let your principle be persistence." For the Stoics, persistence is the unwavering commitment to virtue and personal growth, regardless of obstacles or difficulties. It involves the consistent application of effort towards one's goals and values, even when faced with adversity. Persistence in Stoicism is not merely about stubbornness or refusal to quit. It is about the reasoned and deliberate continuation of action in pursuit of the good. It is closely related to the concept of apatheia, or freedom from irrational passions. A Stoic remains persistent not out of emotional attachment or desire for external rewards, but out of a commitment to living virtuously. The Stoic emphasis on persistence can be seen in the lives of many historical figures. Marcus Aurelius himself faced numerous challenges during his reign as emperor, including wars, plagues, and personal losses. Despite these hardships, he remained committed to his duties and responsibilities, often reflecting on the importance of persistence. Chapter 4. The Practice of Temperance. Understanding temperance in Stoicism. Temperance, also known as moderation or self-control, is a central virtue in Stoic philosophy. It involves regulating one's desires and impulses to achieve a balanced and rational life. Marcus Aurelius emphasized temperance as a crucial aspect of self-discipline, often reflecting on the importance of restraining excessive emotions and desires. He wrote, "Consider if you have hitherto behaved to all men in such a way that this may be said of you, never has wronged a man in deed or word." This focus on temperance underscores the need to act with reason and moderation in all aspects of life. For the Stoics, temperance is not about denying oneself pleasures, but about maintaining a harmonious state of mind. It is about knowing when to enjoy and when to abstain, ensuring that one's actions are guided by reason rather than by fleeting emotions or irrational desires. This balance is essential for achieving eudaimonia, the Stoic ideal of a flourishing and fulfilling life. The concept of temperance can be traced back to earlier Greek philosophers, but it was particularly emphasized by the Stoics. Epictetus, in his Enchiridion, stressed the importance of distinguishing between what is in our control and what is not. This distinction is vital for practicing temperance, as it helps individuals focus on managing their internal states rather than external circumstances. Epictetus believed that by exercising self-control and avoiding excessive attachments to external things, one could maintain inner peace. Seneca also discussed temperance extensively, particularly in his moral essays and letters. He argued that excessive indulgence leads to moral and physical decay, while temperance fosters strength and resilience. In his writings, Seneca often advised moderation in all things, including wealth, power, and even virtues. He believed that moderation allows individuals to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming enslaved by them. In modern life, practicing temperance can be challenging due to the abundance of temptations and distractions. However, the principles of Stoicism offer practical guidance for cultivating this virtue. One practical approach is to practice mindful consumption. This involves being aware of what and how much we consume, whether it is food, media, or material goods. For example, instead of mindlessly snacking or binge-watching television, one can make conscious choices that align with their values and health goals. Another practical aspect of temperance is emotional regulation. This involves recognizing and managing one's emotions, rather than allowing them to dictate actions. For instance, when experiencing anger or frustration, a person practicing temperance would pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively. This self-control not only prevents regrettable actions, but also contributes to a more peaceful and composed state of mind. To develop temperance, consider incorporating daily reflective exercises. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this purpose. At the end of each day, reflect on moments when you exercised or struggled with self-control. Consider the situations that tested your temperance and how you responded. Ask yourself, did I act with moderation? Were my actions guided by reason or by impulse? How can I improve? Another helpful practice is setting clear boundaries and limits for yourself. This might include setting limits on screen time, budgeting for discretionary spending, or planning balanced meals. By establishing and adhering to these boundaries, you can cultivate discipline and self-control. Mindfulness meditation can also support the practice of temperance. Mindfulness helps increase awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, making it easier to notice and manage impulses. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you can enhance your ability to stay present and make deliberate, reasoned choices. Chapter 5. The Art of Courage. Understanding courage in Stoicism. Courage or fortitude is another central virtue in Stoic philosophy, representing the strength to face challenges and adversity with a steady mind. Unlike the common perception of courage as mere fearlessness, the Stoic conception of courage involves enduring difficulties and confronting fears with wisdom and rationality. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the nature of courage, writing, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This statement encapsulates the Stoic belief that obstacles are not to be avoided but embraced as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. For the Stoics, courage is not just physical bravery but also moral courage, the ability to do what is right, even in the face of social pressure or personal risk. It involves the willingness to accept and endure pain, suffering, or discomfort for the sake of virtue and the greater good. This form of courage is closely tied to the Stoic idea of accepting fate and recognizing that many aspects of life are beyond our control. By focusing on our actions and attitudes rather than external outcomes, we can cultivate true courage. The Stoics drew on earlier philosophical traditions, including the teachings of Socrates, who famously faced his death with calm and reasoned acceptance. Socrates' example influenced later Stoic thinkers like Epictetus and Seneca. Epictetus, in his discourses, emphasized the importance of accepting what cannot be changed and confronting challenges with a rational and composed mind. He taught that external events are neither good nor bad. It is our perception of them that makes them so. By maintaining a proper perspective, we can face adversity with courage and equanimity. Seneca, in his writings, often discussed the concept of apatheia, or freedom from irrational passions, as essential to courage. He argued that fear and other destructive emotions arise from false beliefs about what is truly valuable. By aligning our values with nature and focusing on what is within our control, we can overcome fear and act courageously. Seneca's letters and essays provide numerous examples of how to practice courage in daily life, whether in facing illness, loss, or societal expectations. In contemporary life, courage can take many forms, from standing up for one's beliefs to facing personal fears and challenges. Practicing Stoic courage involves several key principles. Facing fears rationally. Begin by identifying your fears and examining them rationally. Are they based on real dangers, or are they exaggerated by your imagination? By breaking down fears into manageable parts, you can address them more effectively. Embracing discomfort. Often, courage requires stepping outside of one's comfort zone. This might involve speaking up in uncomfortable situations, taking on challenging tasks, or pursuing personal growth despite uncertainty. By intentionally seeking out and embracing discomfort, you can build resilience and confidence. Accepting fate. Stoicism teaches the acceptance of fate, amor fati. Recognize that many aspects of life are beyond your control and focus on how you respond to them. This acceptance can reduce fear and anxiety, allowing you to face challenges with a calm and courageous mind. Moral courage. Stand by your principles even when it is difficult. This might involve making ethical decisions that go against popular opinion, or standing up for others who are being treated unjustly. Moral courage requires a commitment to doing what is right, regardless of the consequences. To develop courage, consider incorporating the following practices. Fear journaling. Write about your fears, both big and small. Analyze their origins and assess their rationality. Reflect on how you can confront these fears in a constructive way. Voluntary discomfort. Engage in activities that challenge you and push you out of your comfort zone. This could be as simple as trying a new skill, speaking in public, or taking cold showers. The goal is to build resilience by facing discomfort head-on. Visualization. Visualize yourself handling difficult situations with courage and composure. Imagine the challenges you might face, and how you would respond with strength and rationality. This mental rehearsal can prepare you for real-life situations. Moral inventory. Socrates famously declared that true wisdom lies in knowing that one knows nothing, emphasizing the importance of intellectual humility and the continuous pursuit of knowledge. This idea influenced the Stoics, who saw wisdom as an ongoing process of learning and self-improvement. Epictetus, in his discourses, often discussed the importance of distinguishing between what is in our control and what is not. He believed that wisdom involves understanding this distinction and focusing one's efforts on what can be influenced. For Epictetus, the wise person accepts the natural order of the world and strives to live in accordance with it, rather than being swayed by external circumstances. Seneca, in his letters, explored the practical aspects of wisdom, including how to apply philosophical principles to daily life. He emphasized the importance of self-reflection and critical thinking, encouraging his readers to examine their beliefs and values regularly. Seneca also stressed the value of learning from others, whether through direct mentorship or studying the lives and works of great thinkers. In modern life, the pursuit of wisdom can be challenging due to the abundance of information and distractions. However, Stoic principles offer practical guidance for cultivating wisdom, continuous learning, commit to life, not only acquiring knowledge but also critically examining your beliefs and assumptions. Read widely, seek out diverse perspectives, and be open to changing your mind in light of new evidence. Intellectual humility. Recognize the limits of your knowledge and be willing to admit when you are wrong. Intellectual humility involves acknowledging that we are all fallible and that true wisdom comes from a willingness to learn and grow. Practical application. Wisdom is not just about abstract knowledge, but about applying that knowledge to real-life situations. Reflect on how philosophical principles can guide your decisions and actions. Consider the consequences of your choices and strive to act in accordance with reason and virtue. Mindful awareness. Practice mindfulness to cultivate a deeper awareness of your thoughts and emotions. This awareness can help you identify and challenge irrational beliefs and cultivate a more rational and balanced perspective. To develop wisdom, consider incorporating the following practices. Philosophical journaling. Write about philosophical questions and concepts that interest you. Reflect on how they apply to your life and experiences. This practice can deepen your understanding and help you articulate your beliefs. Meditation and reflection. Set aside time each day for meditation and self-reflection. Focus on calming your mind and observing your thoughts without judgment. Reflect on your day and consider how you could have acted more wisely. Engage in dialogue. Seek out conversations with others who share your interest in philosophy and self-improvement. Engaging in thoughtful dialogue can challenge your thinking and expose you to new ideas. Study the lives of the wise. Read biographies and works of wise individuals from various cultures and historical periods. Reflect on their lives and how they practiced wisdom. Consider what lessons you can draw from their experiences. Thank you for watching. For more insights into Stoicism and self-discipline, be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos. Until next time, stay resilient and purposeful.